The debate over a marine mammal who has done so much for science, the activists who want this whale to retire from the public, and the challenge of picking up the tab for her care.
The first time I saw a straw bale building, I was like, I can do this. There's big fuzzy Legos. You could just stick the Legos together and you'd have a house.
Tempting a big bad wolf with this home. All the reasons why developers may build a new house with straw.
I wasn't too sure, but I thought it would be a better option than to get put on more medication.
And a new study finds yoga might be a viable long-term solution to reduce veterans' reliance on pain meds. KPBS Evening Edition starts right now. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Ebony Monet. Another warning from North Korea tonight after President Trump went on the offensive. Tensions between both countries are escalating. According to a North Korean state news agency, military leaders are looking at the U.S. territory of Guam as a potential target. President Trump fired back today, this after a report that Pyongyang could have a nuclear warhead capable of fitting inside a missile.
North Korea best not make any more threats to the United States. They will be met with fire and fury like the world has never seen.
The president's comments come days after UN Security Council slapped its toughest ever sanctions on North Korea over its latest test of a ballistic missile. California Congressman John Garamendi serves on the Armed Services Committee. He says even if North Korea were able to get a nuclear warhead to the U.S., we would be able to protect ourselves.
An intercontinental ballistic missile defense system in place. Some of those missiles are here in California at Vandenberg. The others are in Alaska. They do work. They are capable of dealing with a limited number of incoming nuclear missiles, and that's what we're really dealing with North Korea. They will not, in any time soon, be able to overwhelm that system. The successful test in the last couple of weeks is yet one more sign and a necessary signal to North Korea. You may huff and puff all you want, Kim Jong-un, but understand that we will be able to defend ourselves.
Garamendi also says North Korea is a bigger threat to its neighbors than to the U.S. and expects China and Russia to apply more pressure, hopefully getting the nation to set aside its nuclear ambitions. PBS NewsHour will have more on this developing story. You can catch that right here at 7 on KPBS. A push from Sacramento offers treatment instead of punishment for veterans caught driving under the influence. Governor Brown just signed a bill into law for a new diversion program. It gives veterans an opportunity to receive mental health services while they keep their criminal record clear. It covers misdemeanor DUIs. Some lawmakers say there are times when service members need a second chance. The U.S. Marine Corps is reportedly considering training women in Southern California for the first time, along with their male counterparts. Currently, training on the West Coast is male only. The proposed plan is an effort to quash the reoccurring problem the Corps has with sexism. Officials say having men and women together earlier in the process could help alleviate some of the behavioral issues that have cropped up, like the nude photo sharing scandal that came to light earlier this year. The Veterans Health Administration is searching for ways to wean vets off pain medications. A new study from the San Diego VA shows the right kind of yoga could be a long-term solution. KPBS military reporter Steve Walsh has the story.
Exhale, folding forward as it feels comfortable.
Matthew Castro works for the VA in San Diego, though lower back pain has haunted him since he was in the Navy.
Every day it's an ongoing battle, struggle, getting out of bed. Sometimes I've had to call in sick before in the past because I just can't move.
open the chest, engage.
Castro has 3 prescriptions for pain pills, but he rarely fills them since he began practicing yoga.
Inhale, rolling the spine up, reaching up.
He's one of 150 veterans who were part of a VA study.
Forward fold, hands to foot pose.
I wasn't too sure, but I thought it would be a better option than to get put on more medication.
Researchers at the San Diego VA look specifically at how yoga can lessen lower back pain among veterans.
Rolling the shoulder a little bit.
Researcher Eric Grussel says it's a group that hasn't been studied outside the VA.
Military veterans have higher rates of back pain, probably due to their rigorous training as well as combat experiences.
And bring them just to hold the back of your head.
Vets are older and have more health problems than other groups that have been studied.
Other side.
The research shows that vets who took a yoga class twice a week were using less pain medication and had better range of motion.
At 6 months, we found less fatigue. We found overall quality of life was higher.
Roughly 70% of the VAs nationwide offer some form of yoga.
Even more oxygen can flow.
What they offer varies widely. The San Diego study gives VA doctors a clearer sense of what actually works. A separate study is underway in Indiana to document the benefits of yoga on PTSD.
Going wherever feels comfortable for you.
Steve Walsh, KPBS News.
As summer winds down, some local school officials are back at work to meet an important state deadline. KPBS education reporter Megan Burke says a new state law requires districts to adopt suicide prevention policies before the start of the school year.
The law says districts with students in grades 7 through 12 have to draft a comprehensive policy addressing suicide prevention, intervention, and postvention, or what to do if a student dies by suicide. The plans must also include annual training for all staff on campus.
They're not a mental health clinician or not a school psychologist. It's for everybody, bus drivers, school cafeteria workers, teachers, to really, if everybody's able to identify early warning signs or risk factors, then we can intervene early and prevent something from moving along the scale.
Teen suicide rates are rising, but incidents are still relatively rare. School surveys show nearly 20% of San Diego County students have contemplated suicide, and nearly 30% say they've felt chronically sad or hopeless in the last 12 months. So far, 11 out of the 42 districts in San Diego County have attended trainings to work on their policies. More are expected to attend another training session in September. Now, there's no funding to enforce the new law, but its supporters say districts that do not adopt policies face increased legal liability. Megan Burks, KPBS News.
San Diego has been hit with a lawsuit over an ordinance restricting where registered sex offenders can live. KPBS Metro reporter Andrew Bowen says similar laws have been ruled unconstitutional.
San Diego's so-called Child Protection Act prohibits registered sex offenders from living within 2,000 feet of child-oriented places, including arcades, libraries, or schools. In 2015, the state Supreme Court ruled unanimously that a similar law in the county was unconstitutional. The court said it forced sex offenders into homelessness, preventing them from seeking help, and counterproductively, making it harder for law enforcement to keep track of them. The court concluded the law had, quote, no rational relationship to advancing the state's legitimate goal of protecting children from sexual predators. The city hasn't enforced its ordinance since 2009 because of concerns over its legality. Last week, City Attorney Mara Elliott recommended the City Council repeal the ordinance.
My concern, of course, as your city attorney, is fighting lawsuits like this that we are not convinced that we could win, and ensuring that we're using the very limited resources within my office to protect San Diegans in a way that means something.
But the council voted 5-4 to keep the law on the books. On Monday, as expected, a lawsuit was filed in federal district court. Attorney Janice Bellucci is executive director of the Alliance for Constitutional Sex Offense Laws.
Perhaps this has gotten the attention of the other city council members, and there is somebody who would, in fact, be willing to vote in support. The other possibility is this is a case that could be settled outside of court, and we're certainly open to that possibility.
If the case goes to trial and the city loses, taxpayers will likely have to pay Bellucci's fees and expenses. Andrew Bowen, KPBS News.
Straw bale houses are becoming more in demand in San Diego. When you hear straw bales, you may think about a big bad wolf huffing and puffing. But these houses aren't just in fairy tales. KPBS reporter Claire Tragesser says builders in San Diego County are using straw bales as natural insulation and say they're very energy efficient.
The first time I saw a straw bale building, I was like, I can do this. It's big fuzzy Legos. You could just stick the Legos together and you'd have a house.
Rebecca Tasker owns the green building company Simple Construct.
So a nice big foundation for the heavy wall. Then we frame a post and beam building.
Tasker's showing off a straw bale greenhouse she's building for a farm in Encinitas.
And then we stacked the straw bales. So, it's just like what you'd think. They just stack up in the wall.
Next, she will surround the bales with clay, leaving just a small window where visitors can see the straw bales inside.
Because sometimes once you have the walls covered in plaster, people don't actually believe you that it's made of straw. So we'll have a little window that you can open up here and say, really? It's really, really straw.
Straw bale construction is popular throughout the Southwest, and it's slowly catching on in San Diego County.
The permitting, the County of San Diego is great. They've really embraced straw bale building.
The first straw bale home was built just 6 years ago in Borrego Springs. Now, Tasker says there are 60 permitted straw bale buildings in San Diego County and 1 in the city of San Diego. She thinks there are lots of reasons to build with straw, including its lower costs, durability, and non-toxic components.
It's at least twice as well insulated as a conventional building. It's a waste product. It's an agricultural byproduct of the production of grain. So this was already being produced anyway. There aren't a lot of uses for it. And so to be able to upcycle it into fantastic insulation is kind of a win-win for everybody.
But there are some downsides to straw building. Walls have to be as thick as the bales, or about 2 feet. So structures like this 120 square foot greenhouse either will lose the square footage inside or will need to be built bigger to accommodate the walls. And like standard insulation, the bales also have to be protected from moisture.
And we like a toe up off the ground to make sure that any groundwater isn't getting into the bales.
And the weight of the walls means straw bale is usually used for smaller buildings instead of stacking up multiple floors. But Tasker says it doesn't have to be that way.
It can be anything from a 5-story office building to a small craftsman home. In general, here in California with earthquake, it's a little more efficient to stay a single level because they are heavy walls.
Tasker is making this building for Laurel Mell, the owner of Coral Tree Farm, a nonprofit educational farm in Encinitas.
I'm approaching personally 60 years as working on this land, and my parents owned it some time before that as well.
She says when she was ready to build a new greenhouse, the decision to use straw bale was a natural one.
I chose this because I'm a strong environmentalist. My mother was a strong environmentalist.
Mel is looking forward to her finished building, which will be done soon. When it is, it will be a low-light greenhouse. And no big bad wolves should be able to blow it down. Claire Tragesser, KPBS News.
San Diego firefighters will have backup for what they predict will be a dangerous fire season. Today, SDG&E announced the return of the Erickson Air Crane. It can hold up to 2,600 gallons of water. This marks the 8th year it will be used to help combat fire in San Diego County. And SDG&E meteorologists say this season will be particularly challenging with warmer than average temperatures, overgrown dry vegetation, and the arrival of Santa Ana winds.
Once we start getting into September and October and those winds pick up, then of course we're going to see the fire danger spike, and that's when we could see the need to use resources such as this helicopter that's behind us.
The Erickson Air Crane has made more than 400 water drops in the last 8 years. That's more than 500,000 gallons of water used to protect San Diego communities. A national report places 2 San Diego medical centers in the top 10 for best hospitals in the state. Scripps La Jolla Hospitals was ranked 6th. The UC San Diego Medical Center came in 7th. The report graded them on their specialties and on quality of of care. In San Diego, Sharp Memorial Hospital beat out the Sharp Grossmont Hospital in La Mesa and the Scripps Mercy Hospital. State emergency officials are bracing for the solar eclipse later this month after a year of preparation. They say the state electric grid will have enough energy to supply to make up for lost solar production during the event. For about 3 hours, the morning of August 21st, the state's electric grid will see a drop in electricity from the solar eclipse. Officials at the California Independent Operator say they will need to generate more than 6,000 megawatts in order to make up for the loss.
It's 2 weeks away. This is still summer. We could have another heat wave that comes upon us. It could be a very hot day. So we could see the weather changing the demand on the system. And not only that then, a wildfire could pop up unexpectedly. It could take out a big transmission line.
California's power grid is one of the most solar connected grids in the country. Clear skies and sunshine in El Cajon today, but spotty showers are on the way. Erin Calandra has more in tonight's forecast.
We are back in our typical pattern, so things are pretty quiet around here, even in the mountains and also in the desert. Still pretty quiet. We aren't expecting many thunderstorms or showers until the weekend. That's when things are going to spark back up. Here's a wider look, and it's really quiet. We don't see anything here on our radar or our satellite for much of Southern California. So for tonight, 69 degrees, increasing clouds when you wake up. Again, it's going to be pretty cloudy in the morning. Then it's going to break up around lunchtime, and we'll have plenty of sunshine, just like we did today. Here we are for tonight. Oceanside, 65 degrees, San Diego 69, Poway 64 degrees, and in Borrego Springs 78, Mount Laguna 61. Here we are for Wednesday. It's going to be nice and hot, dry across much of the deserts and into the San Diego region. We do have a low pressure system up to the north of us. With that, we're seeing an influence because of this cool air that's blowing in off the ocean, which means we could see more as far as cloud coverage in the mornings, maybe even a degree or two cooler. But it's also contributing here to these storms. Monsoon season is going to continue this weekend at the Four Corners. Could see downpours in places and even some travel disruptions. So if you're heading to the east here, keep that in mind for this weekend. Tomorrow, Oceanside 80 degrees, a mix of clouds and sunshine, 79 in San Diego, in Poway 89 degrees, Alpine 90, Borrego Springs still cooking, 108 degrees for our high temperature. Along the coast here the next couple of days, very pleasant. Temperatures right around 80 degrees, mainly sunny days, a couple of clouds passing through. Inland, we are reaching the 90s, low 90s for the next couple of days. Again, very sunny out there. And in the mountains, we bump it up to the 80s. So that's a bit warm compared to last weekend. And also, we could see a couple thunderstorms Friday and Saturday popping up randomly across the area. Same story for the desert. It's going to be very hot in the hundreds and sunny. And we could see just a few pop-up thunderstorms coming up this weekend. For KPBS News, I'm Erin Calandra.
A marine mammal that has contributed to groundbreaking science for decades is making waves again after being sold to a marine amusement park in Hawaii. AP reporter Caleb Jones says animal rights activists think it's time for Kina to retire.
At this marine amusement park in Hawaii, dolphins are a big draw with tourists and critics who say keeping these social creatures in small tanks is unethical. But it's Sea Life Park's latest edition that has these activists calling for justice.
Right now, we're really concerned that they have Kina, a false killer whale.
The Associated Press got exclusive access to 40-year-old Kina, a large member of the dolphin family, where she currently lives backstage with other animals. And while the park plans to move her to a public tank later this year, they say the old whale is not like other show dolphins.
Basically, what we look at is her sensory abilities, her hearing, her vision, her sonar. And most importantly, what impact does that knowledge have on the wild populations, the animals out in the ocean?
After Kina's capture in Japanese waters over 30 years ago, she was acquired by the U.S. Navy and used in classified research that helped develop modern sonar. 6 years later, Kina was moved to a University of Hawaii lab on Coconut Island. But after 20 years of groundbreaking science, funding problems forced the university to sell its prized whale.
I know Jeff Pulaski. I have worked with him for well over 20 years. I know he is absolutely great at taking care of animals. I know that he is a very good friend of Kina's and has been for a very long time.
Still, critics are blasting the move, saying Kina will be used for profitable entertainment, not science.
The well-being of the animals is not the priority. The ticket sales are the priority.
But university and park officials say research will continue with Kina. Echolocation studies that could help our wild counterparts avoid fishing hooks and other deadly entanglement hazards.
The only places left that keep marine mammals where research can be done are public display facilities like Sea Life Park.
But activists think that animals like Kina should be freed from tanks and put in large ocean-based enclosures, something the Whale Sanctuary Project hopes to make happen.
This is about changing our relationship with these animals from one of exploitation to one of respect.
This notion that there's some sort of psychological damage, I do not believe.
Park and university handlers say the best way to fund research and care for these animals is to have a paying public. But that's a price critics think is too high for Kina and her captive companions. Caleb Jones, Associated Press, Waimanalo, Hawaii.
Burnt ends are what some people call the crispy part of barbecue meat, once considered scraps. But one man's words has turned them into gold. From our sister station, KCPT has the story behind burnt ends, one bite at a time.
Burnt ends are juicy and smoky and aromatic, tender. It's so decadent. It's like the dark browning, and it's the spices that concentrate, and it's the crispy bits. It's all of that. It's the texture, it's the flavor, it's the smoke.
That exterior, that where it's got the concentrated smoke flavors, and of course it renders a lot of fat during that process, and that fat mixes with the smoke and the seasoning to caramelize, and then you've got the texture of the crunch that comes from that cooking time. But then on the inside, you've got this burst of moisture and juice that is just, I'm drooling talking about it.
It's succulent, buttery goodness, and it's probably one of the best things. Better than a prime steak, I would say. There's something of this legend or myth about this unique secret to just Kansas City.
Burnt ends are very historical for us, and this is the thing that helps people really hone in on what our barbecue is about. It comes from a tradition of beef.
We're really after the beef brisket. We're not after the burnt ends, and the burnt ends just happen along. In fact, we used to use burnt ends as scraps and throw them away.
And that goes all the way back to the beginnings of barbecue in Kansas City. That's kind of how it started, with things in the stockyard that were being thrown away, like ribs, and brisket was a product that was discarded a lot in the old days. And you couldn't cook it, it was tough. Kansas City found a way to cook that brisket slow and smoke it and make it something that was desirable. And that's kind of what you're doing with burnt ends.
If they're done right, to get that combination of the heavy char with the pink succulent interior, it's just indescribable. And I think that this is no longer the waste product of the animal, but this is actually the caviar.
For me, burnt ends really is kind of the embodiment of our tradition, because it's something that's unique to us, that we did on our own. And it's not served in Memphis, it's not served in the Carolinas, it's not on the menu in Texas. And if it is, it's only because somebody came here, liked it, went down there and put it on their menu. It's not a part of their tradition. It started in one of our restaurants.
Burnt ends were founded here in Kansas City. The pitmasters down at Arthur Bryant's used to cut the charred tips of the briskets off and throw them up on the counter for people to snack on in line.
And, the countermen didn't object to that. They were focused on making their sandwiches, and it became kind of a tradition over time.
What was originally thought of as the scrap. This is, well, nobody's going to want to eat this. We'll just throw it up and let people kind of chew on it in line to get them hungry for the real food. It's something that's been embraced, and now it's become what we're known for.
I think our identity stems from the days when Arthur Bryant's was giving out those little charred bits, and You know, if Calvin Trillin hadn't written about them in the way that he did at the time that he did, it'd be hard-pressed, I think, to say that burnt ends would be quite as popular as they are today, but it's stuck in our cultural imagination. It tasted good, and we're going to carry it forward.
That story was made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. Country music singer and movie star Glenn Campbell died earlier today, but his music lives on.
Just like a rhinestone cowboy, getting caught in letters from people I don't even know.
Rhinestone Cowboy, the hit song that helped make the 81-year-old singer a household name. Campbell's publicist says he died in Nashville this morning, about 6 years after he was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. However, the cause of his death remains unknown. Here's a look at what we're working on for tomorrow in the KPBS newsroom. On Morning Edition, a closer look at abandoned mines on a Navajo reservation and the challenge to clean them up. And on Midday Edition, a chess champion's journey from the slums of Uganda to the international playing field. That's tomorrow on KPBS Radio. You can find tonight's stories on our website, kpbs.org/evening edition. Thanks for joining us. Have a great evening.